Alright, so I was given this stereo by my mother-in-law quite a few years ago. This actually belonged to my wife before she got the big Kenwood stereo. This dates from about 1986. So yeah, this was bought for my wife as a Christmas present or birthday present. And she used it in her bedroom before she got the big Kenwood. So this is a JVC PC-X10, and yeah, like I said, it's from 1986. Now, I was unable to find very much initially about this stereo when I was trying to look it up online. It has twin cassette decks. It did originally have a turntable, according to Google anyway. Yeah, twin cassettes, radio and CD player. And the CD player is the most interesting part of this. I'll show you that in just a moment. So if we zoom out here, you will see that this has Toshiba speakers. Yeah, the speakers were swapped out on this at some stage in the 80s while it was still being used. My wife seems to think that her dad had found these Toshiba speakers that sounded better than the original Sharp speakers, and they were swapped out. So yeah, I don't have the original speakers. The original speakers are much bigger than these physically, but these do still sound okay, even after 30 years or more. So this thing does need belts in both the cassette decks. It will play a cassette when it feels like it, and it will also eat a cassette when it feels like it. So they both turn, but it takes very little to stop them from turning. Radio works fine. And yeah, the most interesting thing on this is the supposed CD player. But if you press this into eject, and when you pull it out, you have an empty drawer. So yeah, this didn't come with a CD player. My wife doesn't remember there being a CD player in it. And when I looked it up online, seen quite a few of these for sale, and none of them have the CD player. So it seems that you could buy it without the CD player or with the CD player. So it was like an optional extra. But if you can see here, it's just an empty drawer. It has 3.5mm jack there, power, and some other sort of spring-loaded thing there. So yeah, it held a CD Walkman basically. If you pull this part up, this comes off, and once you put your CD player in, you could close the drawer and you would have the controls for your CD player at the front here. So I found that really interesting, and I started doing a lot of googling for this thing. I spent ages online trying to find info. So the first picture I found on this was this small advertisement, and it's in Japanese, and it features the actress Sophie, is it Marceau or Marceau? I don't know how to pronounce that, but she was in one of James Bond movies, and she was also the princess or the Queen of France in the Braveheart movie. So yeah, I found that, thought that's really interesting. It just sort of gives you an idea how old this thing is, because she's a very young teenager in that picture. So I found one for sale on eBay, and this picture showed me a close-up of the instructions manual. And looking at the instructions manual there, I was able to find that this came in like a boombox variant, which is basically exactly the same thing, only it had a handle on the top of it. So that gave me the part number for the boombox version. Searching Google for the model number of the boombox led me to find this brochure for sale, and on the back page of the brochure, it lists the portable CD player. It's a model number XLR10. And yeah, that is the CD player that fits into this thing. So you can see the controls are all along the front of it there. And you can see here that it's a top loading disc, so you have to open that drawer, pull the CD player out, open the lid on the portable player to put your disc in. But once you have your disc in, you close the drawer and all your controls are easily accessed at the front of the machine there. So looking about, couldn't find any of those CD players for sale. So I now have that saved in my eBay searches for the XLR10 CD player, and hopefully someday one will pop up at a reasonable price. These are pretty early portable CD players from 1986, so I reckon these will be pretty collectible, so I may not be able to get one at a reasonable price. But yeah, I thought if I can find one of those, it'd be really nice to complete this little hi-fi. That will be the hardest part. I actually found a set of original speakers for sale online, but I didn't think there was any point in splashing out for the speakers if I didn't have the CD player. So if at some time in the future I find a CD player for this, I will endeavour to restore this little system. Yeah, so if I find a CD player, it'll be worth my while then replacing the belts and the cassette decks and replacing these Toshiba speakers with a set of original Sharp speakers. So on the back of this thing, I have AM ring antenna, which is permanently attached. We do have provisions for an extension for an antenna here. I'm guessing that's for FM. But this thing does actually run on batteries. So I'm guessing that's a leftover. You know, it's the same case as the boombox variant. So your speaker connections down here. I have a voltage selector here, so I'm guessing that's between 110 and 240 volt. AC input. I have a switch here to change between phono and auxiliary input. I'm guessing that turns on or off phono preamp. Have your auxiliary input, and then a beat selector here. One interesting thing that I've seen on this, it says Digi Compo, and yeah, I'm not sure if that's lost in translation. It's meant to be combo, but I've seen there was a couple of things when I was googling that are listed as Digi Compo. So I don't know what compo means. If you know, please leave a comment and let me know what the hell that means. So it's a nice little deck this. It has Dolby B noise reduction, has provisions for normal and metal cassettes, and it features high-speed dubbing, which I would never use. On the radio, has your main tuning dial here, and it also has a fine tuning dial here. FM, medium wave, long wave, short wave, and then your FM stereo switch there. 5-band graphic equalizer with just little fake like plastic inserts there to show you what level you're at. All the sliders in this are extremely scratchy as well, so this thing hasn't been used basically since the 80s, and yeah, I have no intentions of using it, but if I find a CD player for it, the thing will be getting a restoration. So interesting little hi-fi. Hope you enjoyed watching, guys. Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.